What is going on, folks? Once again, we are back with another weekly Ultimate No Prep Challenge. I'm Uriah. Y'all know me. I've been here since the beginning, and I'm joined with returning guest, ThanksSkeleton. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. I'm here to role play.
Awesome. That's what we like to hear. We had a great showing last week. Almost a full table. I'm really thankful for Dom for taking the reins of that. Of course, I was out. I was spending time with my lovely wife in out of town, so it was a good time. And I'll be missing again next week because I have another engagement to go be a part of on that next weekend. But in any case, We'll still have a good time. We'll still have fun, and I think Dom said he's willing to run that next one as well. So,
cool. Awesome.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, that last game, really cool concept, really cool idea. Loved it, and y'all should go check that out. I put it in the playlist on my channel for the weekly no prep games, so you can check those out. And I would recommend doing that after this. But yeah, so we'll go ahead and hop into it as per usual. A small change I have made to the list. One change, really only. Tone up at the very top. You see that no longer one is not light, but it has been switched to tragic. We are switching that to tragic. I think it'll inject a little bit more drama into the situation. And we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it ends up. Of course, the GM's choice does not mean that you have to pick from the list, but you can decide whatever the heck you want. But yeah, so last week y'all did the Survival Weird West game. Really cool idea. Of course, Nicholas ran that one. Y'all replaced it with Fable, which is interesting.
Yeah,
that one would be kind of cool. That'd be. I feel like that'd be a tricky one.
Yeah, that would be in some sense like playing the fox. That
sure,
greedy fox. The scorpion and the frog.
Yes, yeah, that sort of thing. The idea of there being a moral to the story, or know, a lesson learned, or something like that.
Yeah, or maybe we're just like off stage. This is
not
a part of Aesop.
Right. Got a couple folks, or at least one folk popping in. Zamk, thanks for hopping in, buddy. Alrighty, so without further ado, I will go ahead and roll our tone. We're going to do a D8. See what we get. Watch us get tragic right off the bat. All right. D8, let's go. 7, survival. We did that last week.
Yeah, we did.
We did survival last week. I'm going to make an executive decision that we go ahead and re-roll. Just because we did it last week. I think 4, dramatic. Alrighty. All right. That'll work. Dramatic.
All right. I'm going to roll the setting.
Yes, D20.
16. Oh, Fable. Interesting.
Let's go, dude.
All right.
Awesome. Great.
Okay.
Time to put our money where our mouth is. All right.
Put on our thinking caps.
Yeah, we got a D4. So I went ahead and put you down as odds. And I'm getting evens, so let's see what'll happen. Dramatic Fable. See who's running this thing. It'll be me. Alrighty.
All right. Fable.
Sweet. Dramatic Fable.
Okay.
The heck?
Let me see. So I guess I'm just going to say a bunch of random stuff that's entering my mind. Something like the Greek gods are teaching me a lesson or something. So that can kind of like include like the fable and kind of like the moral elements, because I think fable involves a lot of moral elements.
Sure.
And kind of casts it into like, this is the actual world, like Zeus is punishing me or something like that. But yeah, that's kind of like how we can make it both naturalistic and a fable. is that
Sure.
there is a external force zapping me for doing something to me. I don't know. I'm thinking. I don't know yet. You got any ideas?
Well, one of the first things that comes to mind, because we could sort of take that naturalistic approach, but we could also sort of take like the sort of approach that, what's the best way to put this? Nick, we rolled dramatic fable. So we're doing the one that y'all plugged in last time. We did dramatic fable, and I'm running it. What was I saying? So we could go sort of the naturalistic, where there is an external force like trying to teach you a lesson, but we could also take it sort of in the realm of like, almost in like a Shakespearean sort of way, where there's like motifs and there's like an overall theme that is sort of being explored. And I don't know, I feel like the dramatic really kind of helps inject some life into what's going on.
Got it.
If that makes any sense.
Yeah. Do you want to do that up front, or just like, here is the theme that we're gonna play on?
Sure.
Or do you want that? Yeah. Or
so
we could do it in like retrospect, like we find the theme somehow.
Like after the fact, kind of like like applying the moral after it's happened. Okay. Mm-hmm. I have been so I bring up, it is not an accident that I bring up Shakespeare, because I've been kind of on a Shakespeare kick lately.
Okay.
And I think there's a lot of interesting ideas that can be pulled from Shakespeare, and especially the idea of a motif. And with the dramatic aspect, Nicholas, pull a Shyamalan.
I don't know if my camera is reduced, but I picked up this, which is a
nice
guide to every Shakespeare play.
Wow.
But I really have not cracked it yet.
Sure.
I haven't opened it.
Yeah.
I've flipped through it a couple times, but
so off, sort of off topic, but my recommendation, or at least my current favorite Shakespeare play, is King Lear.
King Lear.
Okay. The tragedy of King Lear. It's a super cool story about a king who basically divides his kingdom amongst his daughters, and then it all falls down. So it's a super cool story. Lots of good betrayal and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
But yeah,
I played in Midsummer's Night Dream in middle school.
Yeah.
So I know Midsummer Night's Dream, Hamlet, and that's about it. That's all that I'm super familiar with. Romeo and Juliet, I suppose.
Sure, of course, yeah. We read we read Macbeth in high school, so that was
okay, yeah.
And of course, I chose the part of Macbeth to read during class, and of course, I had the Scottish accent whenever I read for him. So I got to show off that kind of bullcrap. Women become rulers, it all fails. What did he mean by that? No comment. Cool. So I like the idea. I guess let's talk about like what kind of character you want to play. I'm thinking more like medieval kind of vibes. Okay. That sort of idea. Maybe your character has like a particular vice that he is just controlled by.
This Canterbury Tales is where I'm thinking off of that. Something drunkenness, I guess. Actually, I don't want to play drunkenness. That tends to get kind of boring.
Well, it could be. I mean, drink in and of itself tends to be, it is an age-old vice. I don't think, it doesn't necessarily have to be drunkenness. Like, you don't have to portray being drunk, but being bound to that sort of thing.
So yeah, I think I can make that work because it's not about me drinking; it's about me not drinking.
Yeah.
So I think that could work actually. So the emphasis is not on like, oh, I'm constantly getting drunk.
Yes.
It's more I'm constantly slurring my words. It's all about kind of like the social pressures.
Sure.
And seeing the swinging in sign, and you see the beer holder. You're like,
the mug.
Yes, the mug.
The tankard.
Okay, cool. So medieval. Something about sobriety / temperance. Okay. I am a glass blower. Let's do it.
Nice.
Gotcha.
Punch my microphone.
Dramatic. Okay, my name is Arthur.
Arthur Glassblower.
Arthur.
That would kind of fit with the medieval thing, because a lot of medieval surnames were just their occupation.
Right, but I turned away from my father's work to become a glassblower.
Nice.
Arthur Miller. That's the name of a guy. Tom Miller is my name.
Tom Miller.
Tom Miller. I'm a glassblower in London.
Sure.
I've got issues with sobriety. Yeah, so I see Nicholas's comment, and that makes sense. But I'm trying to kind of like, it's going to be a medieval day fable.
Sure. My mind goes to the story Pilgrim's Progress by John Bunyan. The main character, it's a Christian work of literature, and the main character's name is Christian. It's kind of sort of on the nose sort of thing.
Okay, so let me pick some stats and stuff. Do you have a setting in mind? Do you have a scenario?
I think this sort of thing is kind of led by your actions in the moment. So as far as like where you start, I'll kind of let you choose that. I'll sort of set, like, I could set like the time of day and that sort of thing. Let me ask you this: is your character deals with sobriety? Is he working towards becoming sober, or does he hate the fact that he is currently sober?
He hates the fact that he is currently sober.
Gotcha. Okay.
He would much prefer to be a wastrel.
Gotcha.
But he has responsibilities.
I got an idea.
All right. I'm just staring at a character sheet right now. Yeah, I saw that there's no future in drinking my days away, working at the mills. So I tried to. I'm now in a glassmakers guild as
Gotcha.
a glass blower, and that career change came with a change in sobriety.
So the career change led to you becoming sober, or you've stepped away?
It was like, I can't fuck this up.
Gotcha.
So I need to get sober.
Okay. So what I would throw into that, I like this idea of there being this like personification of your addiction.
Okay.
So like this little homunculus that is always nagging at you.
Okay. Got it. Should we just call it an imp? Or do you have a name?
I'm torn on how I want to approach it.
Okay.
Let's I may have you make like a series of willpower rolls during this.
Okay. Interesting.
Just to kind of like see how it goes. Of course, I don't want you to like. I don't want this revelation to like impact your decision of how you create your character, because you could just game the whole thing and be like, oh, he's got a 60 in will and he's never gonna lose. You know what I mean?
So I'm already kind of like marking kind of like the stuff I'm good at, and I already marked will. So I already marked the stuff. So now I just need to distribute 60, 50, 40, 40. So
gotcha.
I'll do this.
And if we get a little bit loosey goosey with like reality, you know, because there tends to be sort of not supernatural but fantastical elements to fables.
Let me give you a pitch.
Sure.
This imp is kind of like a pink elephant, where it just kind of like we can both narrate like, you know, it's maliciously doing this, it's maliciously doing that, so we're both controlling kind of like what we see.
Gotcha.
What Tom kind of like perceives in the back of his mind. Okay. I'm looking up English pub names,
sure,
that I remember.
You'll get visited by the booze fairy. You see, the gems she tasks you to collect actually represent you trying to piece your liver back together. Or maybe this creature isn't always around you. Maybe it's not like always at your back. Maybe it's something looming, and it's like a fear sort of thing, kind of like a bad omen that pops up every once in a while, and it's like lurking in the shadows.
Sure.
I feel like both are good ideas. I just don't know. I don't know which one do you like?
I like just. I guess I like it being more light, where it's kind of like you can like I'll be like I'm walking down the street, and then you can say something to the effect of like you can feel the imp's claws digging into the back of your neck as you cross, King Square.
Sure.
This is where that tavern used to be. Blah blah blah.
Gotcha.
Sort of like adding kind of physical flavor to the effects.
Sure.
And this could be like a motivator and stuff like that, or like this is just kind of like the personification of addiction that's rearing its head frequently when it's coming up, and that allows us to just be like to add a bunch of flavor to the way we describe this kind of core concept. We don't want to be like, you wish you had a drink.
Right.
You wish you had a drink right now. Don't you?
Yeah.
It's like, so it's kind of like handing over. So it's like an external thing. So you play with it and I play with it. So that's my conception of, because I really love this imp or this gremlin, homunculus idea. So that's how I'm imagining this playing out.
Cool. Gotcha. All right. How are you coming along with the character creation?
I am basically done. Let's see. Yeah, I'm done.
Alrighty. I'm going to get rid of this meme.
Wait, did I get all the skills for a second?
Very clever, Nicholas. By the way, Nicholas is running a mini campaign of his game, Etera RPG. Should be doing the session 0 tomorrow. I was going to be a part of that. Unfortunately, I'm not able to anymore. But it should be a cool deal. Okay, it's a really cool game. It's a really cool game. 2D12 roll under. Man after my own heart. I love roll under systems. I've written 2.
Gotcha. Well, yeah, I saw that thread on the Discord, so I'll take a look. Alrighty.
Cool. So Tom Miller. If it's cool with you, I'm going to call him Poor Tom.
Yes. Sounds great.
Poor Tom Miller. Alrighty. Oh, yeah. Good point. Do you want to change your name on there as well? Thank you, Nick. Nicholas. Sweet. All right, if you're ready, we'll change your name and your address and social security number and your family. Your next of kin, the last 3 numbers on your credit card. Cool. I will give a little short description and we'll get into it. I'm actually going to pull up a stopwatch real quick so I can keep track of time. Alrighty. The sun, ever steadily descending faster towards the horizon. Twilight bathes the land in an amber glow. People coming home from their jobs. The few stragglers of merchants in the streets selling sugar dates and other various goods. And one poor Tom Miller.
I I feel the fading warmth of the sun on my neck as I walk across the London Bridge towards some of the smaller, rundown houses. This is the first time that I'm going to visit my cousin Richard after work. I'm exhausted.
The houses growing more dilapidated and ramshackle. The smell of dung and mildew in the air as the less developed roads harbor the filth of their status.
I keeping to the left side of this winding street. I hug the building, avoiding a horse-drawn carriage. Not sure what they're doing in this neck of the woods. Up ahead, I can see that a lantern is being lit on a street corner. Richard's house is just ahead.
The woman holding the flaming piece of the flaming spill of wood. She blows out the flame at the end of it and closes the small window on the lantern. Turns and sees the approaching poor Tom. She turns to begin to enter the house.
Hi there. Hi and well met, madam. I nervously walk up and wave with one with a halting right hand. Do you know the place of Richard? A man named Richard Miller.
She returns a grin and says, "Yes, sir. I'm familiar with Mr. Miller. I believe," and she points down towards the direction of his house. "I believe he's at home. I think I saw him entering."
I'm his cousin. I haven't seen him in close to 2 years. I'm here to meet him. Do you know him? Is he a good man by your estimation?
A warm smile comes across her face at the mention of your relation to him. "Oh, well, Mr. Richard is a fine gentleman. He's done well by me and my family. You say you're his cousin. Well, any friend of Richard's is a friend of mine."
I nod my head a little bit, and what is your name, madam?
"Oh, my apologies," and she starts to kind of come forward. "My name is Amelia. Pleasure to make your acquaintance." Reaches out a pale white hand.
I wipe a small layer of soot off my hand and raise it out, and then seeing kind of like the pristine whiteness of her hand, I put it back down and just simply nod and say, yes, my hands are a little dirty at this moment. I haven't washed yet. It was a pleasure to meet your acquaintance, Amelia. I will perhaps see you again. I look to the house she's going into and walk on my way.
She sort of seeing the condition of your hands, she returns hers sort of back to her waist and gives a polite nod and enters back into her home. A voice calls out from the distance, "Is that you, cousin?"
I smile and raise my arms. Yes, it is. Richard, it's been so long.
A rather tall man, sort of heavy set, bit rotund, arms, sleeves rolled up to his forearms, wearing a big apron, um, covered in sawdust, smelling heavily of turned wood. He begins to approach. It is so good to see you. How are you? He plants a large hand on your shoulder.
I pull him in for an embrace. Richard, it's so good to see you. I'm doing well. I've got much to tell you. Tell me, is this your house here? I must wash the soot off my hands. I'm coming directly from the glass blowers.
He pats you firmly on the back and gestures to his house, one of the nicer, more well kept places in this more ramshackle part of town. Some newer pieces of lumber affixed. Yes, this is my abode. Come in. Please come. I'm sure you are in need of a little rest and recuperation.
Yes, absolutely.
He,
I walk, take a couple steps forward and walk towards the house.
He continues on, opens up the door. A very humble interior, really only a one room home, a bed off to the corner, cooking hearth in the center, or I should say in the center of the far wall. A couple tables sort of scattered about with various utensils and tools and such. And a young lad playing with a couple cast or carved figurines of knights and their horses.
I nod and say, how are you doing? Is this little George? I don't recognize you.
He returns your gaze. Yes, this is the young one. My son, George. George, this is my cousin, Tom Miller. He looks up. George looks up, kind of glassy-eyed. Gives a sort of a cheeky smile.
These figurines. Richard, can you show me your wash basin? I just want to clean off these hands so I may not dirty your home with the soot of work.
Yes. He turns and gestures to a small basin off to one side, somewhat already sooted and dirtied from his return home.
I get to work washing my hands. So George, you wish to be a soldier? Is that your desire in life?
He sort of turns around and gives another cheeky smile. Says, I hope to someday. Father thinks I should follow the family business, but I don't know, something about the swords and the adventure and the power and the influence. I've always wanted to ride a horse.
Yes, well, it's a tough job soldiering. It is likely to get you killed. I've put aside a lot of my fantasies to start working in this earthly world. you would do well to listen to your father and learn to do what he does.
Your words are cut off by the sound of as the subtle smell of spirits waft through the air.
I feel the sensation of a hot scratch across my cheek from the imp. I turn and look at the source of the sound. Yes.
Richard turns with a glass of drink in his hand, and turns and holds it out to you. Come, sit. You've been surely you're tired from a long day's work. Take a load off.
I do not put my hand out to grab the glass, grab the mug. I say, Richard, I don't know if my father has told you, but I have done all the drinking of a lifetime, working as a miller, day and night. I would drink, so I have drunk my fill in this world. I only drink during communion now.
He gives an odd look. A vein begins to bulge from his forehead. He relaxes, gives a smile. Well, we all have our reasons. Suit yourself. And he takes the cup and downs the whole thing. Sets the glass down.
I suddenly feel parched. Tell me, do you have any the water from the well, perhaps?
He turns to little George. George, run to the well and grab our friend, our guest, a dram of the finest well water we have in this part of town. George stands to his feet, leaving his toys where they are. Yes, sir.
Yeah, Richard, if I don't want to put out your child, I'll join your child. I'll get to know little George.
Nonsense. He puts another hand on your shoulder. The heavy smell of alcohol on his breath as the boy walks towards the door, grabs the small bucket next to the door and begins to walk out. Take a seat.
You've convinced me. I turn around, scooting away from the strong smell of alcohol, and take a seat on a wooden stool. Yes. Quite tiring. My day was. A good drink of water will do me well.
Indeed. He turns to one side, his back towards you, and turns around with a sort of a crummy looking loaf of bread and a sweaty wedge of cheese, sets them both down on a plate. Here, friend. He sort of scoots it towards you.
Yes, I suppose I will. I'm famished, and I take a very dry piece of crust, and I try to bite into it. It's hard, it's stiff, it's stale. I'll just wait for the water then, and I hold on to it.
The sun bearing down, even what is left as it continues its descent cooks the inside of the house. The young boy comes in holding an empty bucket. Father, I'm sorry, but the well is too low. We're unable to. I wasn't able to get any water from it.
I raise my voice a little bit at little George. George, isn't this a common occurrence, Richard? Isn't this something normal? Just getting water? How have you failed at this?
Richard gives a confused look to George. This is true. Are you sure? He stands up and takes the bucket from the boy and goes, walks out the door, gestures for you to follow.
I stand up from my stool, say, "All right, George, guard the house so you don't want any brigands to come in here." And I follow Richard out, shutting the door behind me.
Around the back of the house, the small hole in the ground with a rudimentary fixture in order to wheel up the bucket. Richard bends over, looking down into the well.
I hate to be such an inconvenience to you. I hope I'm not bothering you at the end of the day. But yeah, so a little water would do the whole house good.
Yeah, he stands up. He begins to wheel down the fixture. It appears the boy is right. It has been rather dry these past few days, but surely that doesn't mean that the well should run dry. It's preposterous. Never seen anything like it before.
Well, I just Richard, I'm at loss for words. I'm thirsty, Richard, and I can't drink what you have. And a little hospitality, having a full well of water, having a bucket of water, having a mug of water is something that all that I ask for. And this is a humiliation.
He turns to look at you, rather confused at this sudden outburst. Tom, where is this coming from? My friend.
This is just an insult. You knew that I was coming, and you didn't fill the water. You offered me alcohol that I can't drink and no water.
Go and make a will roll.
Okay. 1 second. Blue is the percentage, so fail.
The feeling of hot breath down the back of your neck, looming. Richard says, this is completely out of my control. I would have never imagined that something like this would have happened. Tom, I understand if you don't want any of my drink, but you don't have to drink your fill. You can only imbibe a small amount. It would be un-Tom of you, but certainly there's a workaround.
Let me propose an alternative to you. Here, hand me that bucket. I will find another well on my own recognizance, and come back, and I'll have a nice mug of cool water, and we'll all laugh this over once I find the nearest well. A little of the little evening air would do me good as well.
Still a mask of confusion on his face. He takes the bucket with the drinking spoon and acquiesces to your request, handing both of them to you. Well, cousin, I do apologize for this inconvenience. Do be safe. We wouldn't want you to get hurt. Perhaps you could go to the town center. They have the largest well.
Yes. I'll go to the town center. I'll be back in just a moment, and we'll all laugh this off. Just all sitting together and drinking our various drinks. My face is like a mask of smiles where I've got deep frustration underneath. Here you go. I'll just take that from you. I'll see you in just a moment, Richard.
Very well. He turns and begins to walk back towards the house.
I begin trotting away towards the town center that was gestured by Richard. While doing so, I begin to speak under my breath. Well, does he not pay attention to the things that are happening in this family? Does he not congratulate me on my position as glassblower? Does he not understand the sacrifices I needed to make to get out of that damn mill where I would lounge every day, drinking beer and wine?
With each mutterance, a voice whispers in response, "No, he doesn't. He doesn't care about you." Go ahead and make another will roll.
That is 46. Fail.
The hot breath on the back of your neck grows thicker, almost like it's condensing, beginning to run down your back. The feeling of two hands gripping the side of your neck, nails digging in.
I walk towards the city center. I see on the right side of the road where I'm walking, I can see that there is a sign for a tavern, a shattered wagon wheel being hung by two chains. The broken wagon. I look at it, kind of the last rays of the sunset passing through the broken wagon wheel. I cross the street to the left to avoid it, so I don't have to walk by it.
The sound of singing and merriment coming from within the tavern. The people within moving in slow motion as joy and happiness just emanates from their faces and the heavy smell of drink.
Fools, all of them. Let's see. This should be one more block. I pick up my pace. I'm moving slightly faster, and I bump into. I shoulder check a man walking past. I apologize. I'm sorry.
The face of a grotesque dog human. Face hairy, a big snout. Teeth bared at you. Barks.
I stand in shock, staring at the animal's face. I hold the bucket out and begin to back away, not turning away from this creature. What the hell are you?
In an instant, the face of a confused, drunken man stares back. What the hell are you doing? I'm get that bucket out of my face, and kind of swats his arm at you.
I'm sorry, sir. I didn't mean to bump into you.
Whatever. And kind of.
I turn back and begin to walk more slowly down the block. I've never experienced that before. I say to myself. My eyes scan the rest of the square, looking for other anomalous creatures.
Regular folks about the town. Some of the merchants sort of wrapping up, closing up shop for the night. Some of them pulling along larger carts by hand and taking them back to their homes. Everyone normal. The well in the center of the town.
My throat feels dry, almost sticking together. Almost. I swallow and walk up to the well, and I begin to let the chain down, listening to the noise it makes as it falls.
The bucket contacts the water. Kaploosh.
All right. I draw the bucket back up, and using two fingers, I peek into it.
Cool, clear water.
Oh, yes. I begin to pull from the well into my into Richard's bucket. Finally. When it reaches the top, I set it on the side of the well and take a first scoop using the serving spoon.
Roll will.
Oh, another failure.
The water is cool. Tastes okay. Your throat is still dry.
Just need quite a bit more. I take 3 more spoonfuls, attempting to calm the scratchy burning in my throat.
With each spoonful of water, with each drink, the feeling persists. The hot breath dripping down the back of your neck. The voice whispers in your ear again. No, not enough. Not enough.
I grab the bucket. I bring down the well bucket again and do a full refill. All right, I'll just sip on this throughout the night, and this should be enough. After all, if I'm not thirsty, I can't be thirsty.
Go and roll body.
Success. Yes, I feel the kind of the hail strength of my my chosen work fill my body.
With a stomach full of water, the feeling of nausea is kept at bay.
The bucket full, the pail full, I begin to walk backwards towards my brother Richard's house. Both the bucket and my stomach sloshing as I walk.
The drunken man on the side of the road pays you no mind as you pass.
I feeling a little better, feeling a little confident. I say, "Sir, do I know you from somewhere?" I attempt to make an excuse so I can study his face, trying to figure out what this dog thing was.
An older fellow, a sort of haggard look on his face. He, dirty, very, very dirty in the face, bottle in hand. He takes a swig and says, "Have I seen you before?" And again, another waft of alcoholic breath.
I'm not sure. At this moment, I realize that I had met this man a year prior at the tavern named the Stumbling Monk. I haven't recognized him because it seems that he's aged significantly in the past year. I can see a sharply defined pattern of veins on his nose poking through. He looks much worse to wear. I turn away. I say, "No, I don't think I know you." My eyes downcast.
The voice changes, now becoming gruff, rough sounding. And he says, "Well, you don't remember me?"
I don't know. You look like somebody I once knew.
And again, the face is that same decrepit dog face. And he lunges at you, bottle in hand, tries to knock the bucket out of your hand.
Damn it, get away from me! I dodge away from the attack of this dog man. Critical failure.
A failure on his end but still lunging towards you with animalistic strength. He knocks the bucket out of your hand, the water splashing all across the floor.
Terrified by the reoccurrence of this dog monster, I stumble backwards on the slickened London streets and begin to scramble away off the cobblestones. Help! I'm being attacked!
Across the street from another tavern, a small crowd begins to exit at the beckoning call of poor Tom. People begin to surround.
This beast of a man attacked me. I don't know what's wrong with him. Look at his face. This drunkard.
A regular man with an odd, confused look on his face looks around at the others. He came up to me, bothering me. I told him to get out of my face. I don't know.
He lunged at me. He smashed my brother's pail. God damn it! I reach down and I pick up the shattered pail, and I shove it under my arm. I don't know what's wrong with him, but I'm out of here. You damnable drunk!
Standing to your feet, the crowd around you, all of the same dog-like face. This greasy, gross mongrel sort of look. Make another will roll.
A failure.
The hands gripped around your neck move up to your forehead. They begin to dig into your forehead. A sharp migraine begins to form.
I don't know what you damnable drunks, bestial monsters are, but get out of my way. I want to get out of here. I barrel my way through the crowd with a rough shoulder. Yes.
The crowd begins to dissipate. The drunk man sort of making his way back to his station. This migraine nagging at the forefront of your head. The voice calls again from behind you. More. I need more. The elixir. The water of life.
I shrug off some of the water off the crushed pail dripping down onto my side. I hastily cross the street back to the door to Richard's house, and I rap heavily on it.
The door swings open, and Richard stands before you, his face twisted in grotesque anger, The vein on his forehead bulged out, his face red and splotchy looking. What seems to be the problem?
I was accosted. Your pail has been smashed. I toss it roughly onto the doorstep. I apologize, but I was attacked. I was shoved to the ground by a damnable drunk.
Richard, face concerned, looking like himself. Well, there's no reason to be angry about it. Come in, come. He beckons you to enter the home.
I take a step forward across the entranceway and enter the home. Immediately sitting down upon a stool, my head in my hands.
The bed in the corner has a small form resting in it, covered by a blanket. Richard, holding the sort of shattered remains of the pail, sets it down on one of the tables. No matter. Were you able to at least get a drink before it was taken from you?
Yes, although I didn't seem to help. I'm still thirsty.
Strange. He pours himself another glass.
Hearing that noise, I say, "Please, put it away."
He sort of grins and says, "Oh, I intend to," and takes a deep swig, draining the whole glass or the whole cup, and sets it down, letting out a belch.
I can smell the fact that this is a hoppy beer that he's drinking. As long as it's out of my sight, I don't want to be near that stuff anyway. Are you? Yes, please. I put my head in my hands.
He takes the bottle, recorks it, sets it on the shelf, and sits down, sort of scooting closer to you, kind of like holding your arms in his hands. I'm sorry, Tom. I didn't know that it was this. I didn't know that it affected you in this way.
Let me tell you, when I first got my apprenticeship for the Glassworkers Guild, I decided that I needed to stay on the straight and narrow. I don't know if my father has told you, but I had a previous attempt to find a more pay, and I frittered it away on alcohol and was eventually told off, and they demanded I never return. So this is my one chance, Richard.
Rich kind of sits back in the chair. I see. His voice changes to the voice of your father. So you were nothing but a lousy drunk, it seems. Just like the rest of us.
I peek through my hands at Richard's form, looking to see whose face it is that talks to me.
Richard's face begins to shift. His nose begins to stretch to a long snout. The red beard on his face straightening out and growing greasy, covering the rest of his face. The small shape seated in the or laying down in the bed pops up and turns to look at you. A small face of a chihuahua stares back.
Your face, Richard. What's wrong with your face?
Richard's hand reaches towards his face. What the hell are you talking about? Still the voice of your father. His strange hand grabs some of the hair on his chin and rips it off, places it in the mug, slides it towards you.
I don't want any, Richard. I don't want it. No.
The voice behind you. You've been telling yourself that same lie for the past week. You want this. Go ahead and roll will.
Success. I push the mug roughly back towards the edge where it's teetering on Richard's side of the table.
It topples over into his lap, and he stands to his feet. The strange amalgamation of dog and man. Red hair all over him, greasy looking. The chihuahua in the bed also sits up more alert, looking at the larger dog. The patch of hair on the red dog's face missing where he ripped it off.
I see you and your son as beasts. I see you seem to be dog people. That is what I see.
The small one looks at you and says in the voice that's been whispering behind you all this time, look at yourself.
My hand reaches to my face suddenly, trying to feel anything, a snout.
The right hand, now a paw, rests against a snout on the front of your face.
I won't stay in this place any longer. I jump to my feet after feeling my face and roughly throw the door open and run out into the street.
Richard, standing at the door with a water-stained spill on the front of his apron, stares confused, utterly confused at the missing patch that's been torn out of his beard. I do hope he's okay. And I think we'll end it there. Was it wacky enough?
Yeah, that was fun. That was the fable aspect. I think we did a fantastic job there with the mythical beasts.
Yeah.
I was thinking that if I drink, the episode is over.
Yeah. I was really surprised at the because that last will roll was going to be the last one that I had called for.
Okay, gotcha.
Because like it was building up. It was building up to that sort of
yeah.
You know,
I wasn't. This is like, I guess this is kind of like meta conversation. But were you kind of like basically tracking what was kind of like the final?
Not necessarily. I was sort of just kind of keeping an eye on really how you were sort of taking things.
Yeah.
Because if you weren't what's the way to put it? If you were taking things to mean like he's getting closer, then I was, you were doing more so like you were kind of doing a good job of pushing it away.
Mm-hmm.
That last one was going to be like, if you fail this one, you're like it's got to happen soon, like, or something, something bad's going to happen to you. And I tried to give those subtle little pushes with like the parched feeling in the back of your throat.
Yeah.
Kind of that vibe. But you succeeded on the body roll, which really I'm okay with how it turned out. That was more so because you said you keep drinking, like you kept drinking the water. So I was gonna see it was a body roll to see if you threw up. Because you've drinking.
Yeah, I was thinking a lot about that. I was also thinking about kind of like cholera or dysentery or something like that, because like that was like a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, I was thinking that I would. This would be kind of like running out into the evening would be kind of like the stereotypical scene where you're walking, the guy's walking through the street and he sees bar, tavern, bar.
Yeah.
And that would be kind of like the final gauntlet or what have you.
Right.
That would be, I think that was fun. But I liked what we did there, which is
Yeah. I do think I don't think that the sort of, I don't know if irony is the right word for it, but the I don't know if anything was lost about the fact that, it's supposed to take place in medieval times where all people did was drink, because they didn't really have clean water.
Yeah, exactly. So like, that's why I was thinking about like kind of like the dysentery stuff, which is like I forget who it was, but it was I read some thing about kind of like the pump. There's like a famous epidemiologist that broke the pump handle for cholera in London. So there was like one pump that was like spreading cholera like crazy.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So like it was like a big kind of like Hollywood moment that he shattered. He's like, this pump, he broke it. He's like, you can't drink from this anymore.
Yeah. Gotcha. I didn't know that, actually. Wow.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. Let's see. So there's some anecdote. So yeah, I was totally down to start getting poisoned from the water. Just because
I didn't even really think about that. Which, I mean, honestly, I thought about it like briefly. I'm like, there was a little thing nagging in the back of my head. Like, does it make much sense for him to be completely like a total, like a teetotaler? Like, does that make sense?
Yeah, I think.
I didn't give much consideration to the fact of illness being in the water. It was more so just like, it's so prevalent. Like, how do you function in that sort of reality?
Yeah, I think he would have died.
Yeah, most definitely. If not from delusion and psychosis, but from the from the pooping of the brains out.
Yeah. So there was I guess if we're talking about kind of like ideas that didn't take root, like I imagine that there would be like a huge like professional hit to not being willing to drink with people.
Sure. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like just because I was reading about kind of Japanese drinking culture.
Yeah.
And that's huge there. And imagine it being in Europe, where it's just like, that would be even like medieval Europe. That would be even crazier. That would be like, no, I won't break bread with you. Like,
right. Yeah. I'll break bread. Just don't give me the liquor,
Yeah. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. I was debating on how I wanted to go about, because like, we kind of got to it there at the end where you started to transform. I totally meant to do it. I just kind of forgot where the migraine, like the nails digging into your forehead, would eventually rip away your skin to reveal like super werewolf in London, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it went well. This was a really cool one. I think and as Nicholas says, moral of the story, alcohol turns men into beasts. Which oddly enough didn't really happen. Like the alcohol made you perceive them as beasts.
Right. I was thinking, like, if I were to summarize the moral of the story, it would be you need social connection.
Sure.
And in some ways, kind of like being a teetotaler in that society would be more dangerous than being a drunk. So it was like, ironically, like this kind of condescension,
right,
kind of like rejection,
was
going to cause me more harm. So the moral of the story is you should drink.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Get with the times.
Get with the times. Get with when in Rome.
Yeah. This comment from Nicholas made me laugh. Show up uninvited, demands what wasn't offered, calls your kids stupid, calls you stupid, takes your bucket and leave.
Yeah, destroys your bucket.
That was so good.
Yeah. I was a kind of an asshole there.
Yeah, but it worked. I think it really it sort of demonstrated his plight, which I think worked out really, really well. It was cool. And I thought that was I thought that was a fun game. That was a really, really cool concept. It was interesting that we got to immediately do Fable, which it's always tricky. Like, ideally you want to do these things when there's like more people around and you're able to do more stuff.
Yeah. I think kind of like if we had more player characters,
right?
And
if we had more people,
if we had like a fairy story, like that's the kind of like the awesome Fat Albert
setting next.
That's outside my wheelhouse.
No, but to your point, I think it would be cool because a lot of fables, kind of like what I believe it was Nicholas who said. In fables, characters are usually named after their archetype. It would have been cool to be able to have those multiple archetypes, like have have temperance, have indulgence, have what have you, right? And to have those interconnections, those
absolutely. I
combinations.
Think the conflict there is that I don't know if you want to play an archetype in 4D like that.
Sure. Well, I mean, archetype, not necessarily like in the way that like a class is an archetype, the fighter or something like that, but sort of the allegory, so to speak. Oh my God.
Sure. So if we were doing like full Fable, I wanted to be the ass that can choose between two piles of hay.
Yeah,
that's my favorite Aesop's Fable, man.
Yeah,
there's two piles of hay, and he's right in the middle, so he starves to death.
Right. Yeah. Dom popping in, new setting, famous D&D live play.
Famous D&D live play. Oh, you mean just like backstage on Critical Role,
like role playing as 2D role players.
Yeah.
I reach down, I grab my D20, and I throw it in my dice tray, and I say, "Can I roll a perception check?"
Yeah. Uriah.
That's the true 5D.
Yeah, Uriah. I faxed you tonight's story beats. What the fuck are you doing out there?
I told you what was going to happen.
I told you the story beats.
Yeah.
You know how much you're getting paid.
Yeah. I lean over the the grid and count the squares, and I say to the GM, how far away is that guy? And am I flanking him?
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. We got some cool. Nicholas had a cool idea. Transported to a video game. That would be a cool idea. What else did I have? I had
Yeah, that's like Matrix-y.
Sure, yeah, or like Ready Player One, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
We had Samurai. What was White Collar? Did somebody?
That was my suggestion, and
Mm.
that's just like, how grounded could we get it? Because this could be like an office politics drama. Yeah,
Sure, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. Like that could be an idea, which is like,
sure.
Could you like? We do a lot of crime stuff. We do kind of like people getting murdered and stuff.
Yeah.
This would be like a challenge to do how to make office drama.
Right. Like how to do
for role play. Yeah.
Sure. And you could. I mean, so we have academia up here, and that's kind of the same idea where it's not so much about the stakes of like life and limb, but more so about like, oh, this person is trying to sabotage your somebody's trying to sabotage your project, or someone's undermining your influence in this place, and back talking behind your back to your boss and stuff like that.
Somebody is taking credit for work that you did.
Sure. Yeah.
And they're younger than you.
Yeah. The new hire makes twice as much as you do, and they've only been working for half the time. Stuff like that.
Very, very grounded topic.
Sure. Yeah. And it would be interesting because that would be something where the tone really shines.
Yeah.
So how do you do survival White Collar? That's kind of the first thing that comes to mind. It's like, okay, well, it's layoff season.
Yeah, layoff season.
You're all working to get this deadline met or something like that.
If you wanted to get like Nicholas, you want to go?
Oh yeah, heck yeah.
The Purge.
Or what was it called? The Belko Experiment. You ever seen that movie?
No, is that? Oh. No, I don't know that one.
So,
you cut out there, Mr. Uriah. All right. Well, if we're still live, I don't know what's happening. Yeah. Is he frozen for you too, Nicholas? Well, I think we'll wait just a little bit for Uriah to come back, but he may have been bumped off. So let's go ahead and end the show. So to summarize, fantastic role playing by me and Uriah. We're going to wrap this thing up. Tune in next week, possibly, but definitely in 2 weeks. Oh, here we go.
My thing just like died. It's
okay. Gotcha. I was trying to do our outro. All of a sudden.
No, it's all good. So what was I saying? So Belko Experiment. It's a film.
Okay, Belko Experiment.
Think like The Purge mixed with like Hunger Games. Okay. Basically, all these people are locked in the office building that they work in, and they are made to play a game. They have to kill each other. So it's like this.
Okay, gotcha.
Kind of like Battle Royale, if you've ever seen that.
They're
sort of that vibe.
So I saw a preview for a movie. This is going to be kind of a useless comment, but here's a different idea based on a preview for a movie. There was this real life event where a person called into a fast food restaurant, and the person calling pretended to be a police officer and say, one of your employees is a drug dealer, and I need you, the manager of the fast food restaurant, to do a citizen's arrest on them and hold them in the freezer and I'm going to tell you all this other stuff to do.
Whoa.
And like, so like, it was like, he's pretending to be an authority figure over the phone.
Yeah.
And the manager's like gullible or something.
Yeah.
But they have authority. And so like there's this whole bizarre situation unfolding where it, like, the FBI agent or whatever is making more and more demands. Like, okay, now you need to do a strip search. Now you need to do this. So it was
Whoa.
like, that was like based on true events, which is like a story about that. I'm trying to, I'll try to find what that one is. But yeah, Grounded Office. Grounded Academia. Those were two ideas.
Nicholas. Now prepare a baconator.
Yeah.
Oh man, cool. So speaking of, Nicholas says, I want to know your setting. I had the idea. So I had already put up one of the last times I did one of the last times I GM'd the session. I replaced the one that we did with one that we had done previously. So I think I replaced one of the settings with crime, and I think I'm going to do that again. It is sort of a similar idea, but it's one that I hope that we get with more people, and that is Dreamscape. Me and Nicholas played Dreamscape quite a few sessions ago.
Gotcha.
And it was a lot of fun. We sort of took it more so in the literal sense, where my character was having a dream and all these crazy things were happening around him.
Okay.
But I think Dreamscape can be taken a variety of different ways.
Yeah.
My mind goes to something like Jumanji, where it's a mundane world, but then all of these strange, fantastical things begin to happen. And at the very end of it, you wake up and you realize it was all a dream. But in the same way that Jumanji, after it's all done, after it gets all sent back, they still remember everything that happened. Sort of that kind of mindset where they go on an adventure that doesn't really happen, but everybody remembers it. That sort of thing.
Okay, so that would be like kind of like traveling to the spirit world.
Sure.
And then like coming back.
Yeah.
When you say Dreamscape, that immediately gives the reference to the movie What Dreams May Come. Have you seen that one?
I have not. No, sir.
That's the Robin Williams one, and the entire movie is set in heaven.
Oh, gotcha.
And or I should say heaven, and spoiler, also hell.
Gotcha.
But that it was very like the visuals are unbelievable.
Gotcha.
And it's kind of like everything is very unreal.
Gotcha. I'll have to check. Excuse me. I'll have to check that one out.
All right.
I'm a sucker for Robin Williams. So
yeah, this is like a really good role for him. It's also like visually incredible. So
yeah,
fantastic.
Yeah. Awesome. Cool, man. So I think that'll do it for us.
Cool.
Do you have any other final thoughts before we head out of here?
Not really. I think we basically talked about everything.
Cool.
I had a blast.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
as
great
always.
Session. Had a lot of fun. Oh gosh, Nicholas said he'll play next time and make Fat Albert a
real thing.
Well, hey, hey. Well,
maybe we need a separate comedy no prep challenge to get all this stuff out of our systems.
Yeah. I've thought about, well, speaking of doing like a separate no prep, I've thought about running a no prep for folks who are interested in the concept but don't like the idea of running the game.
Yeah.
It's typically in, y'all are dumb.
Creepypasta.
Dark Fat Albert. No, typically with the proper Ultimate No Prep Challenge, everybody is eligible to run it. You know,
right?
If you join up, you are eligible to run the game.
Yeah.
But with and I know for some that's kind of like a deal breaker. Like they're just not interested in running games at all, which kind of sucks. It's like this is a really cool aspect of the hobby, but I can understand that hesitancy. But I thought about doing a no prep session where people have the option to opt in or out of GMing. I think that could kind of open up the doors for more people. I want to have fun with it and like call it like UnPC Weenie Hut Jr. or something.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to be mean,
sure,
make people feel like they're
don't be a pussy.
Yeah, because
that sort of thing.
That's not who I am.
Yeah. Well, it's totally understandable, which is like if you're diving into something new, it's kind of a big deal to like also be the GM. So
yeah.
A lot of people
and granted, I mean, that's kind of the part of the challenge aspect of it.
Yeah.
And sure, we sort of we can mitigate that, of course, by having other people rolling for the different choices. Because with the GM being random, it is nobody knows who's going to be running the game, and if it becomes a thing where everybody opts out and only one person opts in, it's like, okay, well, now we know who's going to run it, but of course we still don't know the setting or the tone, that sort of thing. So
I think
it's still random.
I think having kind of like modifications there, which is like, yes, in this session you can opt out of being a GM.
Sure.
Like, I think that makes sense. I did remember something I wanted to say, actually. So I was on Reddit, and there was a thread where somebody was like, hey, I've got this idea where you get a bunch of GMs and you all roll for setting, you all roll for this. And it was like, they're basically kind of describing this, the no prep challenge.
Sure.
And I basically, I posted on the Reddit and I said, hey, yeah, I do this. We do this. And I linked the video, and I linked the Discord. So some recent greenies.
Sure. Heck yeah, man.
Maybe from Reddit.
Sweet.
So
that's cool. That's awesome, man. That is really great.
That.
Totally. Yeah. Well, we had some guy, speaking of Reddit, we had a guy pop up on the Draw Steel subreddit.
Yeah.
Complaining about us,
Yeah. I saw that discussion of that, and it was funny that because they were like, these 4D people.
Yeah.
It was like developing a reputation.
Yeah. Well, and
any kind is, oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. And it was funny because the guy who posted it commented on Bacon's like restream of their discussion that they had. And it was just copied and pasted. I'm like, oh, okay. It's kind of, I get it, but it's kind of weird. But yeah, I mean, I had commented on that, like, hey, I'm a filthy 4D'er over here. You can't tell me that you can effectively role play in that system. When you look at how most people play it, they play it exactly like every other tactical game out there. That's just tons of out of character talk, tons of that. Just
it's just like people's bar for role playing is often like, sometimes you make Marvel quips after you roll. Like that's it. Like, wow. It's like, you can do that. You can successfully do that in Draw Steel. I use, I spend 7 fate luck points to do my crisis attack and say, how do you like that? It does make you a role player. Sorry.
Yeah, it's tough. And I mean, you could with an academic amount of system mastery, like if you wanted to truly play in character, you would have to essentially have like study hall with all of your players explaining what everybody's abilities do. Hey, I have this thing I can do. And then it tends to fall apart, especially if the beginning of the campaign is like, you all are a new group of explorers. You're all a new group of adventurers coming together.
Yeah. Well, I guess I haven't really talked in detail about the Draw Steel video, but like, I think even then, like, if the game demands above the table tacticians, you can't do it in 4D, right? Because you get to be like, okay, well, you move here, and I'll
Yeah.
stand here with this, and I'll knock it back 30 feet, and you like, that's like, if you're like, we want to be realistic of what we would shout during combat, then I don't. Even with study, I don't know if you can really do it if the game demands turn by committee.
Yeah, it's frustrating.
Yeah, but it's also like, you don't want that experience if you're focused on roleplay. You don't want kind of like, or maybe there's like a weird guy that's like, I really want to roleplay, but I want to simultaneously do complex tactics.
Yeah.
Like I was thinking of kind of like a metaphor of why you want simple systems for roleplay, and it was like, imagine you're on the set of like Taxi Driver or something like that, and like De Niro's about to say his line, and somebody's like, "All right, De Niro, can you do this math problem real quick before you say your line?" Like, I know you're turning left in the taxi, but like, you need to do this little calculation, and like, we need to cut. Do this calculation, De Niro, and then we'll immediately go back. Like, no, but like, you wouldn't like that. You wouldn't, if you wanted to portray the character and get in the head of the character. You don't want to be like, here's like a math problem. Do this real quick. Okay.
Like, get out of the character frame and get into the more, the gameplay frame. The biggest thing, and this really isn't just an issue of Draw Steel. It's more so, honestly, it's a lot of D&D in general. Is this the tendency to take the game and split it up into different phases? That the idea that it's like Crispy and the gang were saying on a stream they did a while ago, this idea of the three pillars. In role-playing games, you have these three pillars of role-play, exploration, and combat. And most people separate those things into three distinct aspects of the game. But if you think about it in terms of roleplay is the umbrella, and everything else falls underneath that umbrella, you get a much more cohesive, you get a much more holistic game. So, in that Draw Steel session, these moments where, okay, hey guys, we're done talking in character. Now I want you all to put your characters where you want them to be for this combat to start. Okay, hey, it's your turn now. What do you want to do in this combat turn? Okay, combat's over. Awesome. Okay, you get a little moment to do your thing. All right, now we're going to transition to the montage, and now we're going to transition. Mechanical. Okay, guys, this is the negotiation, right? These hard breaks, these in your face, like, instead of those things kind of melding into the background, they're really put forward.
Well, I think, like, so I mentioned this, that I do appreciate some story games where I think, like, if you have stuff like that, it should be, the idea is, here is the prompt for the next section. So like, if you're doing something where it's like you're stranded on a desert island, you could have like, the storm is happening, this is happening, I'm going to roll on the random storm table to figure out all the different little events that are happening. Now what do you do? Now you're in character, now role play, and it's like free play. And then you could have like, all right, so you made it to the island, let's figure out what happens over the next 2 days with this. And then it's like, we want to resolve stuff quickly to kind of like proceed to the next prompt. Or you know what I mean? Like, we want to like set up the world for you to role play in using mechanics. You don't want to be like, I love the section where we set like like, I want 700 random table rolls. Like, we're going to do that for 3 hours to just like out of character figure out what's happening in the world. No, it should be more like, okay, fast forward 6 months. Like, you've been in the city for 6 months. This sort of thing happens. So it's like kind of like using it to facilitate new stuff coming into the world as sort of like exposition before you do the role play. Like, I think like, if you can dip in and out, but it should be the emphasis should be like reaction rolls in old school D&D, which is like you encounter the elf. What does the elf think about you? You rolled on the table, and now we know kind of like the dice told us this situation. Now we can role play the situation. The elf is angry at you. I'll figure it out. We're talking, blah blah blah. Like then it's kind of like turn the reins over to the role play. So
gotcha.
That's
the thing with that is, and because I've spent the past like 3 months in kind of the 4D space and really kind of getting the reps in, we would look at that and think, why do we need the breaks? Like, why not just play this moment in time and play this really good 2-hour session with very little to no interruption out of character, and instead of trying to figure out all the stuff that's going to happen, then role playing that, we just role play our characters and have them interact with the world, and then see what comes, right? And there, of course, like time skips and stuff like that. There are certain moments, for example, with the Horizon game, where they left off. Alan, which is Max's character, had just gotten back to his home planet, and we decided, okay, we're gonna skip forward a couple weeks. We're gonna kind of whisk by all of these things, and we're now at this point. But that happened. That was agreed upon during the session 0, and I think that's kind of important. Instead of having multiple session zeros in the middle of your session, instead of that, just having your initial setup and then going from there, and keeping in that mind frame of, this is what's happening in this make-believe world right now in this moment. And if we do time skip, if we do fast forward, we have a protocol for that. Everybody anchors, they make an anchoring statement, they express to the GM in an in-character way, I'm cool with the scene moving forward, that sort of thing.
Yeah. Definitely.
Cool, man. Well, I think we've been jabbering for long enough.
Yeah. I had a blast.
Yeah, man.
The session and the after chat.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, good to chat, good to hang out and talk. Next week, I know you were probably talking about it, but next week it'll be Dom holding things down. Cool. We're gonna I'll be out. This month has been the latter half of this month has been so crazy as far as scheduling goes. So but yeah, I'm excited to be back to it on a regular basis going forward. There's Dom. That's the man right there, holding it down. Alrighty. Bleak Nick. But yeah, that's all from us. So folks who caught this live, we had a couple people pop in. I know Crispy was going to have a stream, so it's cool to have folks here checking this out. And for those who are here, go check out Table Runner Crispy's stream. He's doing his world famous unsolicited advice. So I'm actually going to go check that out after this is done. But yeah, Dom the Peak Bleak Nick. That's funny. All right. But yeah, that's all from us. Thanks for checking this out, folks. For the folks who are watching live and the folks who watch this after the fact, as always, we appreciate you. We love y'all so much, and we hope y'all have a wonderful day. Peace and God bless.